Hey everybody, KC here. So a conversation that often takes place, I know we've done it a bunch of times here on Morning Newsbeat, is the degree to which businesses ought to get involved in politics. And listen, I kind of understand both arguments on this one. Some people will say, listen, the last thing businesses should do is get involved in any kind of political conversation because all you can do is, piss off and alienate half your customer base. I totally get that. I also understand the argument that says, in some cases, let's say REI or Ben and Jerry's, it's actually part of the DNA of the company to get involved in political issues, and therefore they do that. And so I get that part of the argument as well. And I've always said, listen, if you want to get involved in political conversations as a business, I'm okay with that as long as you understand that, yes, you have a right to free speech, and then your customers have a right to say, I don't want to spend my money there. I mean, it works both ways. You can't take a position and then say, but, boycotting a business isn't cool. It's totally cool. I bring this up because of all the stuff that's gone on with Kanye West recently. Because it seems to me, while I understand both arguments about getting involved in politics, lines have to be drawn somewhere. And it seems to me that the anti-Semitic stuff coming from Kanye West in recent days is a perfect example of where you have to draw a line. I think where companies have to draw a line. And we can talk about whether Adidas should have done it earlier, later. We can talk about what companies did and the timing. But at the end of the day, you have to say companies like Adidas basically sacrificed hundreds of millions of dollars in sales by saying, we just can't work with this guy anymore. The anti-Semitic bile coming from his mouth is stuff that we just cannot abide. It's not good for our image. It's not good for our customers. It's not good for us. This far, no farther. I think that's the right thing to do. I think companies all have to figure out where their lines are. But this seems to me like a pretty good place to draw a line. And listen, I got to tell you, frankly, I'm tired of all the ugliness. I'm tired of the pettiness. I'm tired of the discourse you see in places like Twitter and Facebook. I suspect we're going to see more of it on Twitter in coming days. I'm just tired of it. It's one of the reasons I don't really post very much on Facebook or Twitter anymore. I do it a little bit for business. Occasionally I'll go on them. If I see a friend who's doing something interesting, I'll send that person an email directly or a text message directly because I don't want to get involved in the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. Listen, maybe that makes me an anachronism, but I'm just tired of it. I don't want to be part of it anymore. One of the things I'm proudest of on Morning Newsbeat is the fact that I think for the most part, the discourse here is civil. We try to have conversations that are civil. I won't let it go in directions that I think are not helpful to having a nuanced and productive conversation. And listen, that's because, frankly, I'm moderating those conversations, and I'm moderating them strongly. In this case, the word moderate means both things, right? I'm paying attention to it, and I'm trying to kind of cut a moderate line as best I can. So listen, again, Kanye West, that's a great place to draw the line. If you don't think so, that's fine. But as far as I'm concerned, if there are businesses that want to do business with Kanye West, I guess they have the right to do that. But I have no interest in doing business with them. And I'm going to, and for me, I'm going to stop doing business. I'm going to stop patronizing companies that I think cross lines that I think are inviolate. And maybe we're all going to draw those lines different places, but I know where mine is. And frankly, I'm done. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.